Hey there friends, Foster the Canadian here, and welcome back to Fridays with Foster, weekly series in which you guys send me your messages, ask me questions, ask me for advice, share stories. I give you my take on them, share stories of my own. Now this week's game footage is actually pretty exciting to me. This footage that you're seeing is from the first ever game night. Now what I'm going to be doing from now on is every weekend I'm going to be doing game night with you guys. So if you want to join, follow me on Twitter. I'll be tweeting out when game night starts, and we jump on Halo 4 and we do shenanigans like this. I had a ton of fun for the first ever game night. Really excited to start up again, and let's get started with the stories. Alright friends, this is actually a very special story. This is actually the 1 millionth girl problem that I've had sent in, and let's get on with it. Here's my story. Hey Foster, I could use some advice from you and your fans. So, I met this girl in a college class, and I immediately felt strongly for her. Over the course of the class, we became friends. One day, I finally got the courage to tell her my feelings. Just before I planned on doing so, I saw her holding hands with her boyfriend, and I was a little upset. Skipped class that we were in together, sped home, took a corner at 40 miles per hour, punching a wall, etc. I got over it though, because I enjoyed her friendship and didn't want to lose her. Recently, though, we were hanging out. I got a little distracted while driving and hit a curb. First thing I asked was, "Are you okay?" And then I pulled over and checked the car, which was fine. This is where things got kind of bad. She kept telling me to keep my eyes on the road and generally acting like I don't know how to drive. Eventually, I snapped at her and told not to act like I didn't know how to drive because of one bump. Angry at myself because I snapped at her, when she apologized and she said she was scared, I made a joke and acted like I was crying. Not my proudest moment, but it is what it is. She seemed to take it fine and jokingly hit me on the arm, but the rest of the night she seemed moody and distant. On the way to take her home, I apologized, didn't mean to offend her by what I did. She said it was fine and we were cool. When I tried to arrange for us to hang out again, she said she couldn't hang out with us for a while and had to cut most social contact because of her summer classes. I thought we were all good, but she stopped responding and told me she had no time for really any social contact, and this is when I realized that we weren't cool. Now she doesn't respond to me at all, but she has plenty of time for Facebook. Now it hurt for a while because of my feelings for her, but that pain has begun to turn into anger just by thinking about her. I feel as though she cut me out and won't even tell me why. I decided to give her a month and avoid sending her messages, see if she calms down and talks to me. So here's the advice part. I feel as though, even if she forgives me, I don't know if I can forgive somebody for, as my friend put it, putting me on a shelf just to pull me down when she needs me. And if she doesn't, I don't know how I can calmly push her out for good. What do I do? Well, this is incredibly complicated and layered with all kinds of little things that I can't really answer because I don't know the full details about it. I don't know how she feels about you, what your relationship was as a friend, like how close you guys were as friends, but it sounds like, you're hanging out, driving her around, joking around in the car, so it seems like you're pretty close friends, but maybe not too close, and then she just pushes you away. And as far as the driving thing goes, you probably didn't handle that in the best way, but it's not something that should have affected her like this. My guess is maybe her boyfriend doesn't like that she's spending a lot of time with you, and she doesn't want to straight up tell you that, because she doesn't want to seem like she is being controlled, on a leash by her boyfriend. And that could definitely be the case. It could just be that she is trying to distance herself from you because that's what her boyfriend wants. But it could just be that she is busy, although you did say that she has plenty of time for Facebook. My suggestion would be give her some time, and if time does not fix this, then you have two options. You can either A, straight up tell her how you feel, that, this is something that you don't like, that you want to keep the friendship going, and you don't want to see it end, and let her know that you're willing to work for this friendship, or you could completely cut yourself off from her. And I don't like giving that advice, but it might be the way to go if things continue down this path. Because this is not a very good path where, she's ignoring you and you're sending her messages and you're upset at her and you're getting angry just by looking at her. That's not the way a friendship should be, and I realize that there's a bunch of emotions and that carries all kinds of variables, but you basically have two direct choices, and each choice has a multitude of different roads and paths to go down, and I can't really go through every single one of those paths because, it would take all day. But those are the two choices that you have, and I suggest that you use foresight, you think about what each choice would mean, and I wish you the best. And that was a very, very long answer for a very long story. I hope I helped you. I really wish I could have gone into more detail, but I am limited on time here. Alright, story number 2, Pokemon Preferences. Dear Foster, I know this is usually for stories, but I decided to ask a question. Out of all the Pokemon you have caught on your road to becoming a Pokemon Master, what are your favorite 6? If you must know, my top 6 are Weevil, Mamoswine, Dugong, Lapras, Jynx, and Abomasnow. Mine are all ice types because I like ice types. Like, a lot. Alright, well, first off, I hate you. And, I don't actually hate you, I hate ice type Pokemon. I hate fighting ice type Pokemon, so I don't hate you. I hate the Pokemon you like. So, moving on to my top 6, I don't think in the history of Fridays with Foster have I ever thought so deeply and so intensely about a question than I have with this one, because it's kind of hard to narrow it down to, one team. But I guess this would be my top 6 in no particular order, except for my all-time favorite Feraligatr, who is number 1 in my heart forever. So Feraligatr, Alakazam, Lucario, Tyranitar, Haunter, and Venusaur. And I think that would be a pretty good team. So that's my top 6 favorite Pokemon. And I'd like to take this moment right now to challenge Two Shot Gaming to a Pokemon battle. That's right, Two Shot. You and me, mono a Pokemono, and we're going to go head to head. Titans are going to clash. I'm punching my fist together. I almost broke my knuckle. And we're going to battle. We're probably not going to battle. Two Shot is not big on Pokemon. Please, people, do not expect a giant Pokemon battle between the two Titans, Foster the Canadian and Two Shots Gaming. Because it's never going to happen. I've challenged him multiple times, though. Alright, moving on to story number 3. I'd like to call this one the Toilet Paper Scare of 2013. Hey Foster, I have a funny story to share with you, so please put this on Fridays with Foster. I was at the store with my brother, and I decided to mess with him by hiding behind a bunch of toilet paper stacked up. I heard him walking down the aisle, and once he got close enough to me, I jumped out and screamed as loud as I can. Only problem, it wasn't my brother. I scared some lady who dropped a glass bottle of syrup and it shattered. She yelled at me, I freaked out, got in trouble by my brother and the store clerk, but it was so worth it for the look on that lady's face. My question to you is, what is the most awkward moment you have had in public? Well, this is pretty difficult to answer because I am awkward in public all the time. For instance, most recently, in my video, The End of the World, if you haven't seen it, it's on my vlogging channel. Probably my best vlog I've ever done. But it starts with me yelling at the top of my lungs at crows and waging war on the crows. And it's kind of weird and wacky. And there was a point where I was walking down the street and I saw balloons tied up to a sign. And I'm like, it's the end of the world. I'm fighting crows. I need anything I can get. So, I thought it would be funny if I took the balloons. So they're on the sign, and I'm really trying to tear them on the sign. They were tied on pretty good. I didn't have anything to cut the string. So I'm ripping the string as hard as I can, and right when the string gave, and my arm went up in triumph, I noticed that there were two very old, very confused looking gentlemen staring at me as I was doing this. I'm not sure how long they were there because I was like, trying to get that balloon off for a good minute and a half. But I turned and I see them just staring at me. They were standing still. They locked eyes with me. I was standing still with my hands still in the air holding these balloons that I took. And then I just walked away with my hands still raised, by the way. I thought that it would be better if I sort of held it up in triumph like, yeah, I took these balloons. What you gonna do about it? But, it might have made things a little more awkward. I'm not entirely sure. But awkward is just the way I am in public. You guys, again, you've seen a lot of my vlogs. I am the way I am at home in public, which is not, I guess, what you would call socially acceptable. But trying to think of the most awkward thing that's happened to me in public. There's been quite a few. I think one that comes to mind, if you guys didn't know, I didn't know what the word fetish meant until I was like 19 years old. I thought I knew what it meant. I thought it meant that, it was something that you really liked, like a hobby, not sexual in any way. I thought it was just like a hobby. It was a fancy way of saying, this is my hobby. So I'd walk up to people and I'd be like, hey, you like Pokemon? I like Pokemon. I got a big Pokemon fetish. And they'd look at me horrified. And one of the funny ones was there was a woman walking her cat. And this is the one that always stays in my head because she's walking her cat. And the cat walks up to me. I give the cat a pat on the head. And she goes, oh, do you like cats? And I go, yeah, they're all right. I have more of a dog fetish myself. I have more of a dog fetish. This is what I said to this woman, and she stared at me in horror. And at the time, I'm like, what's her problem? She's walking a cat, and she thinks I'm weird? Wow, some people just don't like dogs, apparently. Walked about my day not realizing what I had just said. And this is something that happened a lot. I don't want to go through the story again. If you want to look it up, it's called Comeback Win and Most Embarrassing Story. It was one of my first commentaries that I did. It was way back on Halo Reach. And it was one of my early good videos. It was one of the videos that I was really proud of early on YouTube. So I definitely recommend you guys check that out if you haven't already. I'll put an annotation up on the screen so you can do that. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode of Fridays with Foster. I hope you enjoyed the footage, which I thought it was such a weird, wacky, fun time. And I was really excited to put the footage up, so I'm really curious what you guys think, if you like this format with this kind of footage, or if you would like it to go back to Infinity Slayer. But either way, I will be doing a game night every single weekend. So that's tomorrow, I guess Saturday and Sunday. I'll try to get it both days every weekend, but for sure one day a weekend. Follow me on Twitter, link is in the description. You can click that, follow me, and I'll let you guys know when I do game night. And you can be in the background of the next Fridays with Foster. So let me know what you guys think about that. If you liked this week's episode, maybe you'll like last week's, which was how to fix a broken heart and rest in peace in Fridays with Foster. I think that it was probably one of the better episodes of Fridays with Foster just because it carried a lot of weight and emotion to it, which is something that I really like about Fridays with Foster is I'm able to kind of shine a light on a different side of me. A side that isn't just about, killing chickens and seeing what kind of trouble I can get into on different video games. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Until next time, this is Foster the Canadian, saying see ya.